Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Death Battle reaction video, and I am joined today once again by the Death Battle Discord. We have Clay, Blue, and Agent with us so far. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Doing
Pretty
pretty
good,
good. It was fine at
doing
1
good, I'd
p.m.
Doing pretty good.
And so, what are you guys looking forward to the most with this episode?
I'm looking forward to how badass
Lot
the
of
fight
blood.
could be, and just like I'm hoping this can be the best episode of the season, even surpassing Goku Blackbird's Reverse Flash, because this is one of my most wanted fights of all time.
That's a big bar
I feel
for this episode.
It's still either that or Yoda versus King Mickey is the one to beat for me.
Yeah.
Same here.
Goku
and
Blackbird's
Cloud
Reverse
as well.
Flash was like the best of the season by a mile. As for my least favorite, it's gotta be Macho Aids.
When you put in a joke episode, it's not going to rank too high when you got the best episodes of the series by far.
Macho Aids has legitimately underperformed as an episode, I think.
Macho Aids is the one out of all of them that I've had the hardest time going back to. Even with Blake versus Mikasa, I was able to rewatch the fight a couple of times because I thought there were some cool moments.
It only has 600,000, 700,000, yeah.
I still think it was cool for what it was, but I'm very glad that they're following it up with easily one of the most requested fights in Death Battle history. DIO versus Alucard. I'm very excited. I'm also very impressed that Tom Shulk is doing a back-to-back performance here. He was Kool-Aid Man last time, and now he's gonna be Dio.
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, his was announced?
Tom Shulk, he previously voiced Kool-Aid Man, and now he's going to be Dio.
Oh, okay. Huh. Neat.
So I'm looking forward to that, and of course Takahata 101 as Alucard once again.
I've never seen Alucard series, nor the abridged one either. So this is gonna be all new territory for me.
Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate Abridged are both really great.
I'll be very surprised if we don't get at least one reference to the abridged series.
Yeah, same.
At least
It'll probably be...
at least in one of the text for the analysis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they always stuff some jokes in
the
text.
The guy who voiced
this is
in the abridged series, so I would definitely be surprised.
But yeah, the song for this is 4 minutes long from what I've seen. I'm wondering how much you're going to pack into those 4 minutes. I'm being tons of good character moments, ton of action, all sorts of stuff.
Just fucking blood everywhere.
Oh, definitely.
Series of violence with blood.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere. It's
definitely. Oh yeah. One more thing for this, before we start. Bets. Where are you guys going for?
Dio. He's gonna win.
I'm for Dio, and I'm also betting on Dio.
The stream paused it. Oh,
I'm going Dio as well.
Yeah, Dio.
All right, I'm just gonna mute anyone on the stream just because I want to hear the episode as loud and clear as I can. So just gonna turn your user volumes down so I can hear it as
Understandable.
best I can. I'll probably also mute myself.
Refresh.
All right.
Refresh.
Refresh.
There it is. There it is.
Oh,
Let's go.
It's the longest episode this season. Cool.
It is.
Oh, yeah, I heard that was the longest. Yeah.
All right.
It was announced early on, I think.
Dio Brando, everlasting adversary of the Joestar bloodline. Alucard, undying enforcer of the Hellsing organization. Vampires, the spawn of nightmares formed from the blackest pits of man's demented imagination. Anime, basically the same thing. What do you get when you combine them?
Shit is anime.
All right, it's the vampire episode they've been teasing for the last 3 years.
Who would win a death battle? Imagine, if you can, someone so wicked that the sheer magnitude of their unholy dickishness literally destroyed the universe. You might think they'd have to be no less than the devil himself, but it was him.
Dio.
Born a penniless street rat with a cunning mind.
Well, it's down too long in the Midnight Sea?
Oh,
wait, I get it.
By his alcoholic father.
What does that mean?
Was down too long in the Midnight Sea. I don't get that.
It might be literal.
Yeah, it was literal, it's body being in Johnson's.
Into the wealthy Joestar family. Dio planned to kill his new father, George Joestar, and take his fortune for himself. Only one thing stood in his way: his new brother, Jonathan Joestar.
This is so over the top.
JoJo. Dio tried to go all alpha wolf on JoJo by engaging in such classic sibling pranks as beating him up,
I'm surprised that he...
and setting his dog on fire. Jesus!
Yeah, just childhood activities.
I'm surprised that he didn't like get in trouble for he didn't get in trouble for attempting to murder his dad.
Was foiled by his righteous stepbrother.
That looks
to be fair, the humiliation is more than enough.
Until Dio pulled out his plan B.
There it is. I reject my humanity.
I remember when they referenced that in Ganondorf vs. Dracula.
Technically a vampire like, say, Dracula.
I mean, when you think of a vampire, kind of inevitable.
Eliminates your body's natural limitations, making him way stronger, faster, and tougher than any human. He can hear a heartbeat through the ground, fly through the air, and hypnotize you with just a glance. It gets weirder. Dio can create mind-controlling flesh buds from his hair follicles, vaporize the moisture in his body to freeze anything he touches, and fire beams of pressurized fluids that can split the sky. Pressurized fluids? Oh, sometimes it's too easy, Wiz. Even more insane is Dio's healing factor. He's been brought to life, impaled through the head, bisected, decapitated, lost limbs, filled with bullets, and had a huge hole.
So, like, he says, like, when he got impaled through the head, that, like, if his brain got scrambled, it would have caused serious damage, but then he gets bisected in the previous part. So it's like...
To show you the power of Flex Seal, I sawed this man in half.
And then put him back together.
Using nothing but flex tape. And seal.
Dio used his powers to raise
absorbing blood from like Alucard and familiars could actually help bolster his healing factor too. So that's another real piece of shit on this show, Wiz. But I'm starting to think Dio takes the cake. Luckily, his plans were foiled again by his old frenemy JoJo, who beat Dio's ass with a martial art that uses the power of the sun.
Sure, frenemies burn their friend's pets.
Subjected to sunlight, he will instantly disintegrate. So, what did Dio do? Well, he cut off his own head, killed Jonathan on his wedding night, and attached his head to JoJo's body.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay.
For sure. After a brief century in a coffin at the bottom of the ocean, Dio resurfaced in Egypt and tried once again to take over the world. His ultimate goal was to create a world where everyone knew their own fate and could make peace with the inevitable tragedies life had in store. In Dio's mind, heaven. And he'd make it happen no matter how many breads he'd have to eat. Being struck by a mystical arrow,
bread.
Why not? Dio gained a stand.
That bread looked delicious.
Oh, here we go. Life force. Since they're made of psychic energy, stands can only be seen by stand users, and can only be hurt by other stands. Quite the obstacle for any opponent lacking similar abilities. Hey, look, Wiz, I got a stand! I call it 99 bottles! Oh, shit, don't worry,
and he has transmutation hacks.
Oh, look,
he's got hacks now.
Oh my gosh. What? Oh!
Cannibalism?
I don't.
Does this count as cannibalism?
They're spending a lot of time on that.
Men, Dio received one of the most powerful stands in history.
We can now say that Boomstick has drunk Wiz.
Thanks for the ow! Well, not only does his time stop get longer with each use, he can spam it as much as he likes. He's a massive troll. The world is absurdly strong and fast, able to match the stand Star Platinum, which belongs to Jonathan's great-great-grandson, Jotaro Kujo. He technically inherited it from Dio through Jonathan's body and bloodline, making Star Platinum and the world the same stand.
Really?
They're two of the strongest stands out there, just as strong as Stone Free, which can punch meteors that were pulled to Earth in seconds. By measuring the distance the meteors are from Earth, we can estimate they were moving at over 11 million meters per second.
I love scaling.
They each have a kinetic energy of 441 kilotons of TNT. Not that crazy when you can throw punches that are faster than light. No, really, Star Platinum kept up with this stand, Silver Chariot, which could cut a beam of light. Looking at the interval Silver Chariot sword swung,
I don't know if Alucard's going to be able to keep up with that.
Over 1,500 times
I think Alucard only moves at like how many? 40
on his own. There it is. Taking its punches head on. Yeah, but that's nothing compared to Dio's secret weapon, the greatest weapon in anime history.
Yo!
The Steamroller. Turns out Dio's a hell of a chef. He can make pancakes and donuts. Even so, despite having a massive god complex, Dio's still a careful tactician capable of
I still can't believe that's a thing.
Too bad he wasn't prepared for Jotaro to learn how to stop time too and murder the shit out of him. That's some hardcore karma right there. But it only makes sense that a dog murderer would die like a bitch.
Hey, Electrik, welcome.
Oh, hey, who joined?
Dio's will was
Electrik.
Hey, Electrik.
In time, his greatest follower succeeded in extinguishing the Joestar bloodline and
Never
remaking
mind.
the universe in Dio's image, creating that havoc he always dreamed
What?
of. I guess when you're named after a rock star, a movie star,
Yeah, he won,
and, oh, that's
basically.
right, God, you're pretty much bound for greatness.
Welcome back, Electrik.
First kiss would be Joe, but it was I, Dio.
They did the funny. They did the funny, guys.
They did it. We can go home now.
Have no fears, no dread.
All right, now we
For
just
though
need a
the
Helsing
world seems
abridged
full of
meme, and
good
we're good to
men,
go.
There are monsters in it. But don't worry, jolly old England has it covered with the Helsing organization. Founded by famous vampire hunter Abraham Van Helsing and led by his descendant Integra, this secret
We're on a
government
mission from
institution
God.
has saved the world time and again with their secret weapon. And what better weapon to hunt vampires than with one of their very own, the no-life king, the bird of Hermes, Alucard.
You doing alright,
His
Electrik?
origin was shrouded in mystery, but under Helsing's employ, he was molded into an elite hunter, made
Okay.
even more
Was a little
vicious
girl
by
during
his
World War
intense
II.
hatred of his fellow vampire kind.
Huh?
Hatred that
Was
he
a little girl
expresses
during
with
World
two
War
of the
II.
gnarliest handguns you'll ever
I
pray
see
to
that.
infinite
What?
God to never see in person. Alucard's
What?
primary sidearm is the Castle, a behemoth
That's
of
a
a
gun.
handgun able to kill most undead
Oh,
in one
that's-
shot with
That's
holy
not a-
bullets
It's
that
huge.
nullify a
That's not a
vampire's
gun.
healing factor.
This is a
The
gun.
Jackal is the handgun she told you not to worry about. 16 inches long and weighing 35 pounds. It's armor piercing.
35?
Hollow-point bullets,
How is it so
jacketed in
heavy?
blessed Macedonian silver. We're
How do you
built to
carry
annihilate
that?
the
Like-
toughest monsters. And after decades of clandestine experimentation, Helsing enhanced Alucard's vampiric abilities far beyond the norm. Alucard can walk through walls, cast illusions, levitate, and move objects with his mind. Objects like, say, an ocean of over 3 million people's blood.
Oh, wow.
That'd be an energy worth half a ton of TNT. His
65.
psychic prowess allows him to read minds,
tiny.
communicate telepathically, hypnotize with the glance,
Yeah.
and see through
I mean,
hallucinations with his
I feel like
third
they
eye.
might be saving
He's not a
something for
Triclops.
later.
It's more of a sixth sense that lets him hit bullseyes
Okay.
from
I see
a
tons
kilometer
of TNT,
away,
I
even
expect it to be
predict
big.
their movements. Kinda like the Sharon gun. Of course, he wouldn't be a real vampire if he couldn't drink blood. The catch is, when he drinks enough blood to kill you, he literally absorbs your soul.
I don't like that she was.
That
I don't like that she was
Oh my.
blushing.
Source of his most fearsome ability.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Kill the sumbitch. Shoot him into Swiss cheese, blow his ass to smithereens, turn him into a literal
I forgot to mention this, but I feel like one scene in the fight is gonna be like,
Dang, this is some Deadpool stuff right here.
Alucard is gonna suck Dio's blood, but then Dio's gonna get his hands in Alucard, and they're both gonna be sucking each other's blood, basically be producing like an endless loop of blood from each other.
That he can morph any way he wants. This
I don't know.
allows
That
him
might
to
happen.
shapeshift and instantly heal any wound. And each
Looks
soul
cool in my
Alucard has
mind.
consumed acts as an extra life that he can spend whenever he's fatally injured.
Ooh, okay.
And after 500 years of unlife, Alucard has consumed literally millions of souls.
Million? Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like me.
oh, he.
Are you watching it live?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're watching it live right now.
Alright, just pick when
to
you're
take
done.
on
Alright.
Millennium, aka Nazi vampires. That's like evil squared. Like when Millennium SS Lieutenant Rip Van Winkle commandeered a British aircraft carrier as part of an invasion of London.
The cake is a lie.
Didn't like that very much, so he jackknifed it with an SR-71 Blackbird at Mach
What?
3. A fully loaded Blackbird weighs 170,000 pounds, meaning it's struck with a kinetic energy of 11 tons of TNT. That's as powerful
Even
as the
tinier.
US massive ordnance air blast, aka the mother of all bombs. And Al was in the middle of
I'm
that.
too used to
Throw
giant
out
tons
like
of
it was
TNT.
nothing. Just as impressive as intercepting Rip's magic bullets. Comparing the
Oh,
distance
what
of
is-
one bullet move to the jet in the same time frame as the jet's
What is
own,
that?
It looks
each
cool.
bullet would have to be moving at 1,500 times the speed of sound.
okay.
Still not.
Hold on, what?
Still not light though.
And after giving Rip's name a new meaning,
thought it
he
was
drove
much
that
slower
aircraft
than
carrier
that.
back to shore with his mind to fight two separate armies at the same time. What a goddamn monster! It goes without saying that Alucard's immense power and bloodlust needed to be controlled. So 6 restriction levels were placed on him that he can release
here they are.
his opponents.
I hear about these all the time.
We're gonna go through the 8 gates.
Level 1 is for your heavy-duty vampires, and for getting this gnarly demon doggo made from his shadow essence.
Did he just say doggo?
But there exists an even greater state of
Dang,
power
doggos are
Alucard
cool.
can release when he wants to end the world.
Here we go.
Level 0. Once activated,
Here
level
we
0
go.
releases every
Oh,
single
man.
soul Alucard has consumed as a sea of blood-soaked zombies. All 3 million of them. Sure, with his souls gone, he can't heal as easily, and if his heart is destroyed, he'll die
3 million
permanently.
for
But the sheer
blood.
numbers and power of this army from hell makes him virtually impossible to
Baskerville?
approach in the first place. He's
Uh-huh.
unstoppable. This guy is
3,424,287.
Indeed, he is. Hellsing
Cool.
purposely kept Alucard's
Alright, who keeps
true
joining and
identity a
rejoining?
secret, all in the codename.
My connection's being very bad.
Okay.
Yup, there it is.
Idiot. Over 500 years ago, the Wallachian Wavod Vlad
Here we go.
battled the Ottoman Turks for control over Eastern Europe and impaled thousands of people in the process.
Whoa.
Hence his historical name, Vlad the Impaler.
Ah.
But things didn't end up too good for him.
Very nice.
Before his execution, he took a big old sip of some blood from the battlefield, sacrificing his humanity in order to become an immortal creature of the night. And that is when the legend was born. But it wasn't anything Dracula was proud of. He grew to despise his monstrous nature and saw it as cowardice. The main reason he hated other vampires so much was that he really hated himself.
Aw.
Maybe that's why he always lets his enemies rip into him like a piñata of self-loathing. His crazy OP healing factor will fix everything anyways. Millennium would exploit this arrogance by tricking Alucard into absorbing the soul and abilities of Schrödinger, a German cat boy who controls his own quantum state.
What?
This grants him
Excuse me?
pseudo-omnipresence and immortality. He can exist everywhere and nowhere, and cannot die so long as he can recognize his own existence. But because Al had 3 million souls kicking around inside him, Schrödinger couldn't recognize himself anymore, forcing him, and thus Alucard, to fade out of existence. So
What?
Alucard spent 30 years killing the other 3 million souls inside of him until he could return to reality and his master. He undid his own unexistence. No matter how
What?
spoopy the
What the
threat,
fuck?
Alucard will show
I'm
him.
very
Um,
curious to
He's
see
that's
just waiting for
concerning.
the day he meets a noble
how
human
are they
warrior
going
strong
to
enough to
use
end
that
his
for
own
the
life for
the
good.
fight.
Okay.
He face a
What the
fellow
fuck?
monster, a fool who rejected their humanity like
Freaking
himself.
Schrödinger.
He'll let loose the dogs of war, and all hell will sing.
I'm a dog. Then you're dog food.
Whoa. Ooh.
Cool.
Alright, here we go.
All right, the combatants are
Combatants
set.
are
Let's
set.
turn the
That
tables
ending
to
was a
all
little
possibilities.
concerning, but I'm sticking with
It's time
Dio.
for a death
Yeah.
battle!
Just like, I don't know, it just seems like Dio's too strong and fast.
Hype! This is gonna be good.
Here we go.
Alright, and with finished sound design to boot.
Yay! Gun noises.
The
Ooh,
shot
okay,
from
that was fresh.
shot from the DVX.
Oh, he was attacking
You
someone.
interrupted my dinner. Funny, I was just thinking about having mine. Then by all means,
Take a bite out of crime.
Ah, nice. Oh, there we go. What is that sprite from? Like,
No.
Owls.
I think it's like from the JoJo fighting game or something.
No, I mean Alucard's.
Oh, Alucard.
It gives me Blaze Blue vibes, like early Blaze Blue.
Oh, I love the effects on the Zawarudo.
Checkmate.
I love how it's like outside of the world, like outside of the
Ooh.
world.
Oh, so very
So-
weak, dog. You thought you'd triumph, but it was I. Dio?
There's the funny line.
That act. Oh, here we
Oh
go.
god. Oh
Ooh.
god. Damn!
Okay.
Dog. Your dog poop.
Oh, there's the quote. Ooh, oh, here we go.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, baby!
yes! Yes!
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, he's still going. You're going even more than that.
Dude, this performance is popping off. Oh my
Dude,
gosh,
that's
look
wild.
at that!
Oh my! Wow.
They're using the zombie sprites from Frank West versus Leon.
Yeah, that is, Jesus Christ.
No.
A real fucking vampire.
Oh.
That's some good hand drawn.
Oh my.
My God.
Oh, here we go. I always found that stand armor pretty cool, like the stand boosting. Oh, this is so cool.
I'm loving this. It looks amazing.
Oh wow. Oh, he's using that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're sword fighting with the clock tower.
That's amazing.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
You disgusting monster.
Choke on your own.
Oh.
Damn.
Wait, who? Oh.
Nice.
Oh, he's going.
That was-
here. What's he going to do?
That was
What's he going to
good.
do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's gonna.
He's siphoned some more. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh,
Oh.
Damn.
What is he doing?
Face me, Vampire King. Bow to your new god.
Dude, this art is amazing.
Oh my god.
Eating my wings
Uh-oh.
to make me tame.
Here we go.
Woo.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh. Uh-oh, no!
Oh, here we go.
Here it comes.
What, is that it? Is that it?
Whoa.
Damn.
Nice.
Wow.
Hey-o! Alucard pulled out all the
really
stops,
good.
but like the bloody drink, it was in vain.
Wait.
Not as great as I was hoping it'd be, but
He
still
made
really
it
good.
That's pretty good.
I was happy with that.
That was pretty
But
cool.
Dio had
Fight.
everything he needed to
Maybe
clip
second
Bird
place.
from
Yeah,
his
second
wings.
best.
Alucard's strategy in most fights is to heal from an opponent's attacks until they get tired, then take advantage of an opening. But he couldn't do that here because Dio didn't really have any openings.
Yeah.
And Alucard wasn't nearly as strong or as fast to compensate.
Alucard could survive
Bro,
crashing
Penguin,
that jet
that's
and
amazing.
move 1,500 times faster than sound. But scaling from Stone Free and Silver Chariot, the world could punch relativistic meteors and move 1,500 times faster than light.
Yeah.
That would make Dio nearly 40,000
We-
times
Oh, wow.
stronger and 800,000
The
times
stat
faster
gap
than
is just
Alucard.
too big.
Hell, Alucard couldn't even see or hurt the world in the first place because he's not a stand user. And since stone mask vampires from JoJo aren't weak to holy weapons like Helsing vampires are, Al's guns were more or less dead weight.
Well,
Plus,
shoot.
Alucard just had no way to get past the time stop. Even if he did somehow, Dio could just freeze him on contact.
And considering Dio has taken punches from Star Platinum, Hal would have had trouble doing damage even if he got the chance.
Dio's far greater speed and power meant that, given enough time, he could realistically kill Alucard 3 million times in quick succession. Without any viable options for attack or openings to exploit, Alucard's soul-based regeneration meant he would
level
run
0,
out of
right.
lives
That's
eventually,
what happened.
That's
and
right.
Level 0 only sped up that process.
I was
Sure,
wondering
that
how,
army's
like,
nothing to
why
scoff
that
at,
was
but consider
permanent.
the time Dio's eye beams split those huge-ass clouds.
Estimating the size
Oh,
of the clouds
cloud
and the speed at which
splitting.
they moved, Dio's
All
beams
right, time-
must have output an energy of over
Gotta
10
love the
megawatt
cloud
times.
splitting feats.
That's what I'm talking
Enough
about.
to wipe out Alucard's army in one go, leaving him vulnerable. Just like when this other vampire, Walter, could have killed him by piercing his heart. Alucard's even admitted it himself.
Hell, Alucard's army is filled with blood. You know, that thing that Dio uses to
Exactly.
The whiz, what about
Okay.
Schrodinger? With his powers, Al can't die unless he
here we
chooses
go.
to.
While Schrodinger's quantum immortality makes him impossible to kill normally, it is literally part of the story that Alucard cannot have Schrodinger's abilities and his greater array of powers at the same time, or else he'll no longer exist. We can't give him both Schrodinger and his standard powers without breaking the lore and rules of the character. Even if we did, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't help him kill Dio at all, so at best it'd be a stalemate. Until Dio hypnotizes Alucard, asks him about his powers, and forces him to eject.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
I didn't think about that.
Okay. That's trump card, okay.
That's uniquely devastating abilities wore Alucard down until the No Life King.
Okay, that was a really good explanation. I like that.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, that's what I was hoping out of this episode.
Boomstick, you tell the worst puns in the world. That's right, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
All right,
hey, wait a minute, that was a pun. That's
my
territory. We talked about that. Is Dio?
Oh shit! Yeah, that was great.
All right, let's see the next time. All right, what's next?
For something else to watch right now, just click the box on the screen and check out.
All right, here we go.
Family Shatters.
All right.
No, we're not watching Family Shatters.
All right, I think it's gonna be Korra's episode. That's what I'm predicting.
I think it's gonna be Akuma versus Shao Kahn.
Madara. Here we go.
Oh, it's Akuma.
Oh, it's Akuma.
He's fighting.
Who's his opponent?
Yeah, Shao Kahn. I knew it.
Akuma versus
I
Shao
knew it.
Kahn.
I
Well-
knew it was gonna be that.
Well,
damn.
Street Fighter
My
round
fourth
incoming.
most wanted matchup just got cucked.
Sorry.
Well, damn.
Sorry to anybody who was hoping it would be Akuma versus Rao.
Damn.
Oh, but
Well, I'm glad Akuma's in, but
honestly,
Yeah, it's gonna be a heavy Street Fighter round.
honestly, I've wanted to see them do Akuma versus Shao Kahn for a while, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, sorry, Street Fighter fans. You're gonna have to wait a little longer for a win.
It's probably gonna be sprites,
Like,
right?
Maybe, or 3D. It could go either
It
way.
could go either way, you know. But I am expecting like Korra versus whoever they're facing to be 3D.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see Ray being in 3D. It depends.
I mean, yeah.
Well, SFM or Blender or whatever.
Oh, true.
the fact that Kuma's finally back is just nice to see all the opponent wars having ended, but
Yeah. But I'm very happy with how this episode turned out. I think the main thing that stuck out to me was the use of the environment, like the dynamic camera angles and the really beautiful looking 3D effects with all the blood and
yeah, that was
the
sick.
use of the environment. Like the freaking sword fight with the clock tower, and there were a lot of hand-drawn moments. Like, this might be one of the most hand-drawn heavy sprite episodes we've had all season. I can't think of another one that comes close.
Honestly, I think it's pretty much rivals Black versus Reverse Flash, maybe. Like,
yeah, this
I
is
think-
probably
yeah, I
my
think
second
Ryan-
favorite episode behind that.
I don't know if I would put this above Heihachi versus Geese personally, but it's
Understandable.
definitely close in my opinion. I don't know. I just really like that episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. It's a pretty solid sprite fight. We hadn't had a hand-to-hand sprite fight in a while, so it was a nice breath of fresh air. And I really enjoyed the voice acting performances too. I feel like both characters had a lot of standout moments. Like, I'm a real fucking vampire, and they used the steamroller and Warudo pretty well.
oh, that ending though, like the fact they used that to cap off the episode, that was amazing.
it felt like they had a great understanding of the characters and like what people would want to see.
Yeah, I'm glad they
say
used the steamroller, but not as the fucking kill, because that would have just been lame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the kill was actually pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It
I
honestly
like
took me a little bit to
ripping
realize.
hard and crushing it. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was over the top enough as it needed to be, since, to kill Alucard,
Yeah,
it
like-
takes a lot
So
of
the
steps.
sword fighting with the fucking clock.
Oh yeah, the clock tower fight was amazing.
Hey Blue, is there like some background stuff going on, or like a knocking thing happening?
Yeah, there's a bit. Like, I'm right near the kitchen right now.
Oh, okay.
Well, don't be near the kitchen. Ever think about that?
I don't know.
Good point.
I'm not.
Think about myself for once.
I'm not sure how I feel about the freaking the beer stand segments. That part,
Yeah,
that part was a little weird.
Outside, we know Boomstick probably has a way hacks against Wiz now, unless he that's straight resistance that lets him turn back.
Yeah, like it's not
Boomstick,
explained, which
too
I
much
hope they
stuff.
maybe do potentially.
Yeah, and then, so yeah, I think I really like this one, and feel like I would need to debate whether I would put it above Yoda versus King Mickey and Black versus Reverse Flash, because I feel like with Black versus Reverse Flash, there were just a bit more moments where I popped off. Like this one still had plenty of pop off moments, but it's hard to compete with the magnitude of it. I like that it was really long.
Yeah, they really did a lot with that. That was amazing.
I don't know if this is just me, but it didn't feel like as bloody as it was hyped up to be. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, there was a literal sea of blood, so
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it just didn't feel like a sea of blood.
oh, like vicious and stuff. I see.
Yeah.
I think it had a pretty good amount of brutality, especially.
I mean, yeah.
Especially with a lot of the close-up moments where that involved Dio stabbing Alucard with his fingers and getting the jump on him that way.
Yeah.
Hey, Electrik.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad I did a verdict for the blog in this episode, because I probably wouldn't have wanted to do an Akuma Khan one, just because, like, I really was glad Akuma finally made his well-earned return, but the matchup's kind of lame to me, so...
I just got back from watching the episode, and oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we all liked it pretty well, too.
That was so good. Jesus. The world delivery line was so fucking good. I love the ending, too, where he's just sitting there screaming the blood rain, and it just goes
that's amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
Both of them did a really damn good job of their voice acting.
That episode was so good.
I'd probably put it at like my third favorite or second favorite of the season. I kind of have to get through the honeymoon phase of like these episodes where like I really
raw hype of it.
Like, fully rank them.
I don't know.
I should have watched this, but like by the end it just felt a tiny bit abrupt for me.
Yeah.
I'll say this is my third favorite episode of the season.
I honestly think it's second favorite on my end, and I don't even know the series.
Between
Reverse what?
Wait, what's your number one?
Poof.
So far, my number one is Goku Black Reverse Flash, but it's barely getting beaten by Orwell.
Also,
like,
let me bring up a couple things. They had Large Town JoJo. We have Large Town JoJo.
Yeah, wait. So this buffs. So wait, does this change JoJo versus Kenshiro yet?
Momo have this.
No, the calcs are inflated either way. I recall.
Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm so glad they used the Moon Feet for Stone Free too. Like they used a lot of stuff for Dio that I didn't think they would. Like there were calcs for each and you're scaling, but I don't think Death Battle will actually feature it in the video. But I'm glad they did.
One thing I'm very happy they did for this episode, and I was worried because I told you guys that one of my friends was going to be very salty about this if Alucard lost and the explanation wasn't very good. So I'm very happy that they went super in-depth with this one, especially with all the Schrodinger stuff, because I saw a lot of people talking about that and being like,
they had
it's literally impossible to kill Alucard.
That was kind of my main hope with this episode, because I really thought Dio was going to win, but since like pretty much a lot of people think Alucard wins just because of Schrodinger and his regen, you really need a good explanation for that. So
exactly. I'm just the explanation for why he doesn't.
That is how you deliver that's how you deliver a verdict.
The best in-depth, really good.
This is genuinely like one of the best in-depth analysis.
Yeah, that's why I liked how this episode was long.
Because they need to explain that. If you don't explain that, then people are gonna get pissy.
You're gonna get.
You get to see a blood. It's like Alien X. Yeah, like you gotta explain Alien X, otherwise you're going to get a ton of people ticked off.
Yeah,
especially if they're hyped up a lot.
Yeah, you don't say that Alien X has lost fights before and then show a clip of him losing to Alien X.
Yeah,
that was weird.
You can't contradict yourself with your own video.
I think Ben vs. Hal was one of my least favorite episodes in terms of like the explanation, but like
I
that
think
episode itself is alright, but like explanation was dog crap.
I think it was
really
fine.
What
but...
happens when you take a complicated matchup and just have to shorten it?
I mean, Ben vs. Hal is not really complicated. It's just Hal stat stomped and blocked everything Ben could do.
But like it's just an analysis that got messed up, like in that episode.
Meanwhile, with
none of his aliens.
Why would you mention like you mentioned these lesser aliens, like even though they're like stronger, like you go with the classics.
The animation for this episode was very good overall.
Yeah,
same.
Excellent sprite work. I think this is probably up there with Ben versus Hal and Carnage versus Lucy, with like the craziest awesome like hand drawn segments in a sprite fight.
Yeah, the hand drawn stuff in here was awesome.
I'm very glad they went all out with that. Because the expression work, I feel like it really sold the impact of a lot of scenes incredibly well. Especially on Dio's end, because holy shit, some of those sprites were just like insanely detailed.
That was amazing.
Like literally, as soon as the fight finished, I was just how
the
debate is finally over.
Yeah,
regardless,
and hopefully we'll never have to hear about it again.
Can't wait.
Watch Wilson get a new anime.
Can't wait for the comic section to be literal hell after that. You skip the ending explanation.
Can't wait. We're gonna see Hell sing, as Alucard would say.
Now that's a reference.
So thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you all liked the video as much as we all did, and thank you guys for joining once again. Hopefully Akuma versus Shao Kahn will be good enough to warrant not being Akuma versus Rao as some people wanted, but
or Akuma versus Yujiro.
We'll see how.
Yeah,
we'll see how it turns out.
I hope it's good, but
I mean, if it's a matchup I'm not into, I look for the animation. That's it.
I feel this matchup is something we'll all warm up to later on, like once the episode that's coming up. But who knows?
Oh yeah, totally. And
it's season 8, like it's the second half of season 8. They're going to bust out some amazing stuff.
Like Batman vs Iron Man was one that I warmed up to once I saw the animation for sure. So
yeah,
anyways, time to post a funny meme.
And so I will see you all in the next video. Take care.
See you guys.
Bye.
See ya.